Round 3 team. I'm Rayfield. Down below me, as you know, Chase Militia Keebler. We are going to do a recap of UFC 327, and then we are going to do a preview of UFC. Who's in that main event? Malott and Burns. So I want to start at the bottom here, Chase. I'll let you run point here on Chris Radke versus, I want to say, Francis Prada or Francisco Prada, I want to say.
Right. So this one in particular, I know that there was an eye poke somewhere in the fight. I call it the highlights of this one. I didn't watch too much of the early prelims, just to kind of give everybody a heads up. I did see highlights, though, of it, the early prelims, that is. But basically, from what I've seen from Radke, he finally uses wrestling with his boxing because he's a really great boxer. So he took advantage of Prado, and Prado is a very aggressive guy, always trying to be the hammer. So when Radke was kind of just setting the pace and really using his boxing to the takedowns, it kind of shut his game down completely. I just think he couldn't get off like he likes to be the bully a lot of times, and because he was using his boxing to set up a lot of the takedowns, it was quite easy for him to just kind of dictate the fight and kind of take over.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you see, we're going to move right on here, but 9 minutes of control time for Radke. Round 3 was on Radke this week, so that started us off 1-0 on the night. So on to the next fight here, Chase.
Mm-hmm.
This was one that Sportsbook had wrong. I had wrong. I feel like you might have had this one wrong. I think everyone had this one wrong except Vincente Luque's family. So what did you see on the highlights on this one? I don't think we both got to watch this one either, right?
Yeah, no, I didn't see this one. But the big thing that I noticed when I did see the highlight, something that if you guys want to go check out, which I thought was really cool, is watch Vicente Luque when he switches his stance. They're like it's so undetectable. He's going into the fight, he's hitting them with some few shots. When he hits that big uppercut on the right side, he switches his stance, and it was really cool. And that initially, I think, got the knockdown, which set up his eventual setup. But the big thing I took away from it personally is I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty cool the way he set up that knockdown. Was off a great switch too, off of the stance. It was almost like Marvin Hagler. I was like, all right, this is something I'm going to play with this week myself, actually. So something cool to check out if you guys are guys that compete as well or anything else. Fun technique he threw. But another thing that was really funny, if you guys go and look at the pictures, look at Vicente Luque next to RoboCop. Oh my God, he looks like a baby. RoboCop looks huge compared to him. So like Vicente Luque fighting at middleweight, I don't know personally about that, but if he's just going to do some fun fights, I guess do some fun fights.
Cool. Yeah, no, I'm kicking myself on this one because I am such a Luque fan, and I tried to overanalyze that one, and I should have just known that. Yeah, he had the brain bleed and whatnot, but he's moving up, obviously, which is good for him, good for his body. Not cutting all that weight down to 170 at well over 6 foot or whatever he is. Yeah. So I should have known that. And in the submission game, I called it. I said, like, if it hits the ground, Luque's live for a submission. So I'm kicking myself a bit on that one. I made Kelvin Gaston one of my most confident picks of the week, so I'm just so off. Chris Padilla, Medeiros.
I know that this one was like a really bad decision, I guess. From everybody. And like breaking news, I guess, or something I seen. They are taking it to the commission. They're trying to do an appeal right now. So that fight might possibly get overturned.
To be a Padilla win again?
Yeah, they're trying to appeal it so that way.
Yeah,
I guess however the fight was scored, they're trying to go after the judging. This is something I'm gonna have to go back and watch the fight because I don't have enough context, and a lot of people have a lot of comments to say about the fight in general. So this is one of the ones I think I can actually go back and watch myself.
Same here. This is actually, I was on my way home watching this one, listening to MMA experts, do his watch along. and he was just floored because it was, I want to say it was right before the Suarez and Lupi fight. It might have even been after it. It might have been right after this next fight here, where I think they just kind of casually dropped it on the commentary and said that it was switched. Like I said, I was just on a watch along, but neither here nor there. We'll do some more research. We'll talk about that more off air, Chase.
Cool.
Tatiana Suarez, Lupi Godinez. Tell me what you saw here.
So this one, Tatiana Suarez, I had her winning this one. But it was nice to see Lupi. Lupi actually didn't look too bad. She hit her with a really hard shot in the beginning. Everybody was saying she was wobbled. I didn't think Tatiana was really wobbled personally.
Okay.
But then she just kind of bullied her with the wrestling. As soon as she started in the first round, I think she took her down and just kind of weared on her. It was either half guard or mount. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I just remember her wearing on her body, wearing on her head, and I'm like, okay. Second round, same thing goes through. She takes her back, and just you already knew it was over there. At one point, she had a one-arm choke, and I thought she was actually going to finish it with a one-arm choke. Well, kept on adjusting, switching hands, and then all of a sudden, you see her finish with the rear naked choke. It was it's very clean from Tatiana Suarez. Whatever she had going on, this is probably the best we might have seen her yet. So she could be, a couple fights away from another title contention.
This was one of round three's most confident picks. So this put us 1-on-1, 1-for-1 rather, and most confident picks on the evening. We missed with Kelvin starting off, and then Suarez got us back on track here.
Okay.
And so I just saw the finish. This was actually, I want to say, the last fight that I missed. So I should be able to have a little input on these next ones here. But from what I'm hearing, just looking at the numbers here, it was vintage Suarez, and you don't doubt someone who's got the grappling pedigree like that. I just don't think you do. Oh, actually, I was on the way home for this one as well. Gamrot versus Rebic. So go ahead and run point one more time for me, Chase.
Cool. Gamrot just looked like awesome. Gamrot. I think they were trying to get Rebic, trying to build his name, and obviously Gamrot just took over. At one point, even Rebic's coaches, and it's funny because even the commentary team said the same thing. You listen to it on the Paramount, when they were talking and they kind of show it to the camera. Well, they had the corners for Reba, and when they had it going on his, they're like, hey, let's just keep on peppering the shots. You don't have to be aggressive. You don't have to keep on pushing forward. I know that's what you're best at, but stop throwing the kick right now and let's lay off the gas a little bit because he's falling into your shots. The first thing he throws, I think, was a calf kick right in the beginning as soon as the round started. And I'm just like, brother. And then even to where DC and Rogan were just laughing their butts off. And they're like, all right, I guess he does what he wants. And then literally Gamrot just goes Gamrot, takes him down, and eventually through a big scramble just ends up finishing him. I thought he put him out at first. And that was another thing, the ref debacle. The ref actually grabbed his arm and was about to touch him and stop it. And then Gamrot got even deeper and then actually properly finished it. Thankfully, the ref didn't completely stop it.
Okay.
But the ref almost F this fight up.
Yeah. I could I'm glad. I'm very glad that they did. And it's funny because just to kind of touch on refereeing a little bit in MMA, shout out to everyone who's been kind of in and out of the chat for me. I think for Chase and I should say, when I say there's at least one in here with us now, so just thank you for the support. We are recapping UFC 327, and we are going to be reviewing UFC Burns versus Malott for next week. So just stick around. We're going to be here for, 45 minutes or so, maybe less. We're going to blow through this card here. I've already done recaps and talks about this card before and after ad nauseum. So just to go back to the reffing a little bit, I've introduced my buddy Cody to UFC through my channel recently, and he made a comment, just not understanding. He's like, man, the cool thing about MMA and UFC and just fighting is the referees don't really have that much of an impact on the fight, like other sports. And I'm like, oh, brother, you have a whole lot to learn, So I just kind of gave him a few examples of stopping fights too early, too late, when they when they start putting hands on fighters when they shouldn't. Plenty of things refs can do to kind of influence a fight positively or negatively. So on to the next fight here, Chase.
Yep.
And this is what I did watch. So I will start off on this one. Cool. Kevin Holland versus Randy Brown. We were on Randy Brown here, and we were wrong. Of course, when I'm on the fighter that's going against Kevin Holland, he decides to show up and fight, So he looked good. Kevin Holland always looks really good at 170. He looks a little more lazy and just undersized at 185. I don't know if you can agree with that or not, Chase. But
yeah, I can see it.
Randy Brown, he looked good early. He looked like Randy Brown. I mean, he cracked Kevin Holland with a few shots, and I mean, Kevin Holland still got a good chin. It's crazy. It's crazy with how many wars this guy's been through, and he can still take a punch. But Randy Brown just got tired. The longer the fight went, I mean, I'd say he probably had 7 or 8 minutes of cardio, and it blows my mind, Chase. Just from playing soccer my whole life and still getting out there now coaching. I don't know how you can be at the highest level and not have 2 rounds of cardio. I just don't understand. I don't mean to be critical. I know I'm not out there. I understand adrenaline. I get it all. But I don't know. Tell me what stood out most for you in this fight.
Well, going back to the cardio, or even just cardio in general, I think the big thing with him that you notice a lot is he just doesn't have any like super grappling experience. So like that's where that cardio really bombs on him. Anytime he's in like a really big grappling exchange or anything like that, you just notice he starts getting cardio bombed, and then he just.
You're talking about Randy Brown, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Kevin, Kevin, if you start grappling and just straight wrestling with him, that's when you notice he'll get tired, right? But like if he's in a jiu-jitsu scramble or doing some jiu-jitsu, at least he could sit there, he could play, he can reserve his energy because he knows how. Whereas like you have like a Randy who's just kind of pushing and doing a lot of like his lengthy stuff where he's trying to stretch out the arms or anything like that to try to get himself free. I did think it was pretty good how he kept on sinking his head lower when Kevin Holland had that really nice
he survived that.
Yeah. Well, that was also like Kevin kind of messed up too, and that's one of my favorite moves. So I can talk point on this a little bit. Like every time he has that like Anaconda or the Darce, you notice like Kevin always like squeezes, and he squeezes with the arms, which is great. He's got those long arms. To really finish Anaconda or Darce, you want to make sure your chest is like right where the head is, almost like that joint here, and you're squishing yourself into it. So whenever you're in a front headlock, anybody that's listening or goes back to this list, easy way to finish like your any kind of front headlock choking mechanic is just to squeeze the core and the abs. You can get it really tight from there, and then your chest folds in. And when your chest folds in, it's going to bend that head more. You started to see that a little bit, but because he was so low in the lower part of the abs, that's why he really couldn't get that finish, because it was tight.
Yeah.
But you got to pull the head up higher to where it's just underneath your chest, and then you fold it over.
Tell me, Chase. I want you to nerd out a little bit more for me. So just bear with me, guys. Yeah. Thank you, Round 3 team, one more time. Everyone who's been rocking with us, really, really appreciate you. Explain to me, just because I don't know, I've always wanted to really look it up, the difference between the 3: a Darce, an Anaconda, and a Ninja Choke.
Oh, that's easy. And Ninja Choke is actually the easiest to probably like diverse between the other two. So I'll go over Ninja Choke first. Ninja Choke. I'm gonna set my phone up right here so I can actually show you with my arms. It'll make it look easier.
No, please.
Cool. So Ninja Choke is just when you have the head and you don't have it underneath the arm at all. So you'll just get here and you're just gonna squeeze everything underneath the neck. It's like a no arm guillotine basically, but you're finishing mechanic instead of it having it here and then you're squeezing up. This time you're just having that rear naked choke grip, and you can squeeze down or you can go through, and basically almost like you're crossing your arms like this.
Gotcha.
For a Darce is when the outside, this hand here, reaches underneath their arm. So you're almost going like this, or reverse that. It would be across there. Anacondas are on the outside of the arm. So this hand would be up here. So anytime you got an Anaconda, their arm's like this over the top of their head. So you have a guillotine, and then you switch it, and you go over here. When you have that, then you lock up the rear naked choke, and this will be on the outside. Now, for a Darce, you're going to go on the outside of the arm. You're going to feed it through, and then you're going to grab their head like this. Now that it's like this, you got the hand up here, you're going to lock up your rear naked choke. And that's going to be your Darce. So that's the only difference. So one's on the outside to start it. The other one's over the top of the head and on the inside, and then the last one for that ninja choke, like I said, the easiest one.
Interesting. Okay. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice little educational, the difference between a ninja choke, an anaconda choke, and a darce there by Chase Militia Keebler, who is a black belt in jiu-jitsu through – who's it through, Chase?
Danny Edge.
Detroit Jiu-Jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On to the next fight. Sorry, we took a little time there. Wanted to learn a little bit. So, Patricio Pitbull versus Aaron Pico. Go ahead, Chase.
All right. So, this fight, I was actually kind of disappointed with Pitbull, I'm going to be honest. I don't know.
You know what? Let me stop you because we didn't really finish up on this. Let's go back one more time. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Go.
No, Randy Brown, he just tailed off, and I'm surprised that Kevin Holland didn't finish that choke. Randy Brown's got heart to not just kind of quit and lay down. But yeah, Kevin Holland, I don't think it was his best performance, if you ask me. I feel like that was just a tired Randy Brown. So what do you think about that? Just really quick, Chase.
I mean, I have to agree with you, honestly. Like, Kevin Holland, it's good to see him win, because I actually like him. He's a fun character to watch, and I think he's pretty good. But, like, he had that hot streak, and then he started giving up on himself, and now he just fights just to fight, it seems like. But it was nice when he was actually kind of hungry for a while. So, I mean, maybe he can get motivated again and, try to get hungry like how he was, because there's no reason for him to drop weight unless he actually wants to win, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, when he was just fighting to fight, he would have just stayed at middleweight then. So,
and that's what he said too. He's like, if I'm going to be up here, it's just going to be fun fights. And now when he's fighting at 170, he said he's trying to actually do something. I don't know what his ranking is. I kind of wonder. But on to the next fight. Let's move on, which was a much better fight, if you ask me. At least a really good performance by Aaron Pico. But tell me what you saw here, Chase.
A lot of people, and excuse me for this one, a lot of people blowing Aaron Pico like he just didn't get knocked out his last fight. Like, if I'm being honest with you, like, I think he did great, but like at the end of the day, I think that was a really bad looking Pitbull. I think if we're talking like as of just Pitbull in general, like I think his last few fights in Bellator were kind of like petering off too. And UFC got a really like older Pitbull, which kind of sucks because he was really good. I mean, just look at what he's done. But that being said, Aaron Pico took advantage of that. He looked good. He was very clean. I like how he mixed it up with the grappling this time, which, now that he's done it in one fight, it seems like he does it for a fight and then he stops doing it for a fight. So hopefully he keeps this up if he's actually trying to make moves and do some stuff at 145. Very clean on the outside. He was fighting a very, very, very slow and very, very, very big Pitbull. He looked kind of bloated going into that fight, at least I thought. And he looked just very slow. Like, I don't know. It's like hard to say like how Aaron looked like really good when he had like almost the worst version of the Pitbull I've ever seen. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to be harsh on Aaron. It's great he won. He's doing some good stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I guess, you compare him to his last fight, it's like he had like a perfect game on this one against an opponent that was like the worst version of themselves.
Yeah. And still was getting cracked a couple times by a super slow Pitbull and wobbled. You know what I mean? So it was a clean performance, but it's not like the guy didn't get touched. I mean, there was still some scary moments there. And Pitbull, I'm with you. He looked.
I'll ask you whenever you get a chance. Do you think, and before I want you to finish and go into your talk.
Yeah.
Do you think the UFC did this on purpose to like get rid of a Bellator guy?
Yes.
Okay. Because I kind of thought that too. I think it was trying to be like, oh, let's make them look even worse, or let's make these other guys look worse by putting two of these legends.
I don't know if you saw Chase, because people post so much garbage, so you never know.
Yeah.
I saw the fighter removed. I don't know if you've ever seen that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a little X, and it said Patricio Pitbull. I don't know if he got cut last night, but it wouldn't be. I would not be surprised if he did. I don't want to sit up here and just I'm not 100%, but I think I think they were. I think in my Underdog Lock show, which hopefully you can join me next week if you have time. I had a really good time doing it last week, and a few people in the comment section kind of interacting. Some people I didn't even know. It was really fun.
Oh, fun.
And I'm changing it to like an underdog value show is what we're going to do. So we're just like kind of like we did, just kind of go through the card. It's not really an underdog lock show. You know what I mean? Just we're kind of just trying to find value on the card. So on this one, I think I said to take the under.
Okay.
Which obviously didn't happen because it went to decision. But I mean, Pico had what, 2 knockdowns? I don't know if knockdowns are on these stats here. I think he knocked Pitbull down twice. But just back down to the breakdown of the fight. Pico, I would love to. Do you know who his striking coach is?
Yeah, it used to be Freddie Roach. I don't know if it still is though.
Okay.
I know actually. I will say this though. So my teammate from Detroit Jiu-Jitsu, no longer with them, but a good friend of mine, Abraham Swade. He's 8-0 in Michigan. Used to be a part of our team. They Ali Abdelaziz flew him to Morocco to go train with Aaron Pico for this fight. So they flew him out because he's a similar body type for, I guess, Aaron Pico for Pitbull, which Abe's like undefeated 155er, good wrestler and stuff.
Okay.
But I know that they flew him out specifically for grappling.
Wow.
But I know his old striking coach was Freddie Roach, the acclaimed great boxing coach.
Because I mean, I'm with you on it was a slow, but man, he looked clean. He is a very, very technical with the hands. I mean, the kicks, I mean, I know he's a good kicker as well, and he's kind of known for his kicks too, but clean. Like, looked like he was hitting the punching bag. Like, looked like he was in the training room, honestly. And Pitbull was getting his guard up, but Pico was still splitting it with uppercuts, and I mean, he was busting him up. It was something to watch. So I really wonder. We're gonna talk after air, Chase, and we're gonna look through rankings and kind of, because I want to see what they're gonna do with Pico. I really wonder, because like I said, I feel like either way, whoever lost that fight was getting cut.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
So on to the next fight. This was our underdog lock of the week. I mean, I can't remember if we talked about Cub in this matchup at all, but I'm gonna go ahead and lead off on this one. I've said it a few times now, and I'll keep saying it. Cub was too fast, even at the age of 42. I was before I knew it was his last fight, Chase, I was campaigning for Swanson to get, another contract for this Paramount deal. I wanted to see Cub Swanson fight 2 or 3 more times over Nate Landwehr. So, and I ran it back a little bit, and I gave Landwehr's credit, and he's game, he's a dog, and I said he would be in there. And on my lock show on Thursday, I even said, take either one of them by knockout or just take the fight to end by knockout. It was all plus money. All three of those plays were plus money, so you couldn't go wrong either way. So this fight was in a knockout regardless. So it was awesome to see Cub Swanson not only get a win in his final fight in the UFC, but a first-round knockout over a historically durable fighter in Nate Landwehr, who really didn't seem like he was coming in there to lay down, but I don't know. Tell me, Chase, what did you make of Nate Landwehr's performance in this?
I mean, it just seemed like you didn't even want to fight almost. It was weird, unless he got cracked that early. But I was watching it, and he was very stagnant with his feet. Usually he's like running or blitzing in a lot, and this
extremely
time,
slow.
Yeah, he just didn't want to react. It's almost like he was worried about like running in like he normally does or blitzing in, because he was kind of like a Clay Guida, but just with the striking, not so much with the grappling.
Right. That's a good comparison.
It was just weird. It was just like, I don't know. It just looked like he didn't even want to be there, kind of. Because even after the fight, like his teammate. Oh, this is a fun one to watch. If you go back and watch it, did you see when they were raising his hand and stuff?
Cubs?
Yeah. Well, did you see that?
No, I got so excited about the locket, and I ran down here and cut a little video, and I didn't even pan out right. So I kind of I kind of hate that I missed his little send off.
It's okay. So the send off is whatever. Watch when you get a chance, or anybody that's listening, go watch Nate's corner when Cub wins, and they're about to raise his hands, and before they're raising his hands, his teammate in his corners are raising his hands up and doing this and celebrating, like his arms are up.
Like Nate won?
Yeah, like his corner was doing that. His corner had their hands up. like they were celebrating that Cub won, like as they're sitting there, and their like teammate, or their whatever, their
Their
student.
fighter just lost.
Yeah, it was it really threw it off to me. Like I even looked at my wife, and she was like, about that. It was very weird. Like if that was my corner, we'd be talking afterwards because I'd be furious personally.
Yeah, I don't know, just showing respect, but that's odd. I mean, it's just go up, shake their hands like you do, right? All the corners usually kind of dap each other up and then get out of there. I mean, I don't give Swanson his moment. That's very awkward. But
yeah.
Congratulations to Cub Swanson. I don't know. I don't think he's done. I think they'll call him back for one more next year, or he's going to be doing some Jake Paul boxing stuff. I don't know. I don't think he's done. On to the next fight that should have ended inside the distance, but did not. Chase, what'd you see here in this battle of two guys who didn't want to get knocked out?
I mean, you said it right there. They were both just waiting for the perfect shot, and they both looked scared of each other's power. I thought Johnny Walker actually won, if I'm being honest with you.
I had no clue. We had Reyes round 3 team, so he helped. That I'm fine with the result.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think control time. Where are we at? Only 10 seconds. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I thought I saw Walker kind of press him against the cage. I guess they were just kind of staring at each other, dancing around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess they're not going to give people wins off of leg kicks. This reminded me of the Carla Esparza. Shout out to everyone who's been in the chat. Seriously, appreciate all you guys. We've had plenty of people in and out of the chat. We got at least one rocking with us right now. I think we're on the feature bout, right? Is this the feature bout now? We're 2 or 3 away from the main event. We are rolling. But to get back to it, just to make the comparison here, this fight, I don't know if you watched it, Chase, or saw highlights on it. Oh goodness, I think it was Rose and Carlo Esparza. This is the super boring one, championship fight. And I wish I had that teed up, but I want to say Rose landed all kinds of leg kicks, right? And they didn't give her the win off those. They just are kind of reminding me, because I was like, man, are they going to give Johnny Walker this win off of 30 leg kicks? Because it wasn't like it was buckling Reyes or it was affecting the way he moved. Just because commentary said, oh my gosh, look at the bruising, look at the swelling. That doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The judges aren't affected by that. So as long as the fighter's not impaired or acting, Reyes was still walking forward, still bouncing around. So I could see how it went either way here, but yeah, what did you see on like the Reyes' side, just really quick?
He wasn't moving like normal, and he was letting like Johnny kind of get on the outside a lot, from what I noticed, which is weird because usually he's like a lot more mobile. If we're talking about his body, it was really weird because he looked really puffy. He kind of looked fat.
Yeah. He always usually kind of looks flat, but not. I agree. He looked a little out of shape.
Yeah. So it could have been just a really bad time. Maybe he was on antibiotics or something like that. But that was probably one of his worst performances. Maybe because he was still worried about Johnny doing something crazy, but they were both just kind of stagnant a little bit. Yeah.
Reminiscent of Johnny Walker versus Thiago Santos back in the day, for any of those you diehards who watch every card like me. And I want to say it was a main event of a fight night like 3 or 4 years ago, and that was right. I can't remember if he had been knocked out already or not. I think Corey Anderson had just knocked him out, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So he was being very conservative, and it was a 5-round fight that looked very similar to that. I mean, they just kind of stared at each other the whole time. But enough on that. I say, just last thing on it, Reyes versus Jiri 2.
Yeah.
Run it. Yeah. Let them fight again. Give them that rematch. Okay. Here it is. Curtis Blades. Josh Hokett. We were on Josh Hokett. Go ahead, Chase.
Yeah. It was cool. It was a cool performance, actually. I think they got it right too. I mean, I was with the way he was acting and the pressers and stuff. It kind of turned me
Oh
towards
man.
Curtis Blade. Like I knew Josh was gonna win, but like I wanted Curtis to win so bad, dude. He was
Yeah.
doing so weird. But then like I got back on his side like an hour before the fight because then I seen a video of him apologizing to everybody in the back. He's like, "I'm sorry, I thought
Yeah.
I was."
Right. He's
I was
just
like,
playing a character.
it's just so weird though. Just like I don't know. The fight was awesome though. Fight was absolutely great. Curtis was doing like I don't know. I'm surprised he took a lot of those shots. He was really really rocked. Um, running for takedowns, which was weird because he couldn't touch him a lot. And then Josh looked exhausted. I don't know. It was weird. It was a lot of possum playing on Josh's side. I think if he actually committed to a lot more punches, he could have finished Curtis. But I don't know. Both had good ends. Honestly, it was very fun. I thought Curtis actually was gonna win. I'm gonna be honest. After the third round, I knew for sure he lost the second. I thought he won the first after the takedown and kind of controlling him and taking him out again. But thought he, I thought he kind of lost the third, Josh. So I don't know. It could have been a toss up either way. It was still a great fight.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. I thought it was fight of the year so far. I had a blast watching it. I was going nuts. And then that promo at the end, I don't care who you are, that promo was fucking awesome. Excuse my language, but it was awesome.
No, you're good. No, it's warranted for this fight, man. It's like Josh Hogan's great. I hope he can clean up the cardio a little bit. I know a lot of it was playing possum,
Yeah.
like you said. But here's the thing. Josh Hokett rolls with punches very well.
Mm-hmm.
He looks silly doing it, but him like slapping his head around, like and him like kind of over exaggerating. It's similar to oh goodness, I want to say Canelo's last fight when Canelo lost.
Yeah. That's the
they
first
showed
thing
that replay over of his head, but he was rolling. Same thing Hogan was doing, just kind of rolling with the punch, and that's why he wasn't marked up. That's why he wasn't bruised up. Rolls the punches extremely well. I don't think Blades really hit him flush with a power shot, maybe a couple jabs, but anytime he really kind of winded up, Hogan saw it and rolled with it.
Yeah.
And the same cannot be said about Blades. He was getting busted up flush.
Mm-hmm.
As you said as well, if Hogan would have committed to, if he would have strung together just maybe 3, 4, 5 more punches in some of those combinations where he was really catching them, he would have got a standing TKO.
Yeah.
Blades wouldn't even have to hit the ground. Like Herb would have stepped in. He didn't want to. You know, and my favorite part of this fight, and then we'll move on, is the very end. You could, I don't know if you noticed this because I didn't notice it until I saw replays. Right after the horn, Herb Dean's in the middle of the cage doing the raise the roof.
I gotta go back and see that. That's hilarious, bro.
Oh, I was cracking up. I'm like, yeah, he wasn't gonna stop that fight. He wanted that war.
That's
but no,
awesome.
Fight of the year, one of the best fights in UFC history.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch this fight, go back and watch it. It's worth it. Go back and watch it twice. This is the, I don't even want to say, because people are saying, oh, the 2020s modern day. No, it's just the heavyweight version. It's not that long ago. It was only 20 years. This is the heavyweight version of Forrest Griffin and Stephen Bonner.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, even the pace. The pace was awesome for heavyweights. That pace was so cool.
Yeah. It's insane. I mean, yeah, they set the record, which is crazy because
what was it, like 351 or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder because it's poor Stephen Asplund, because he just broke the record a few weeks ago. And or no, a couple months ago it was in his fight. So that's funny. I don't know if it was total, but he had like the record for like individually, but I'm pretty sure I think both these guys might have beat him, that's crazy pace for heavyweights, especially the way it started. Chase, like we talked about, they both looked like they were about to get finished or just gas completely out midway through the first round. So for it to go all three was just, I mean, my gosh, if you had a prop like midway through that first round to go the distance, it was probably like a plus 5,000. You know what I mean, or more. On to the next fight, co-main event. Just over 30 minutes in. We've had some lessons in here and we gabbed a little bit, and that's okay. That's what live streams are for, guys. That's what live streams are for.
Right.
So, Paulo Costa, Murzakanov. This was my last most confident pick, and we were off on this one. So
really? You had Murzakanov.
I had Murzakanov. Oh. Yep. I just from the tape I saw, I just didn't like. Mm-hmm. I didn't like what I saw from Costa, and like I kind of said in my recap this morning, Costa at 205 is just different. He's way different, and I did not anticipate that. I did not anticipate him being this strong and just this fast. I thought he would be a little bit more lethargic. No, that was Uncle Murzakanov over here on the other side. I mean, that's what he looked like. He looked like, physically, just kind of like I said, like an uncle that can fight pretty good. Yeah. But I'm just going to repeat myself from earlier, just because I feel like it was a good point. I love the way Murzakanov glides in and out on his feet, because it's not like a traditional boxer kind of bouncing in and out. He literally like floats. You know what I mean? It almost taps his front foot to where he's ready to check the leg kick. So he didn't get leg kicked that much. His body got tore up. Yeah. But he was very safe because of the way, like, I love seeing that. It's very, very different. So please just go back and watch that. Just the way Murzakanov in that first round just would glide in and out, and just kind of just watch his front foot. It's very impressive, his footwork. But what wasn't impressive was how recklessly he was coming forward and just getting intercepted with heavy power shots from Costa. Costa looks like someone who could make a run for the belt. I mean, if he has another performance like that in his next fight, I mean, he could be fighting for the belt in his fight after next. So tell me, just tell me a little bit more. I don't want to move on too quick, Chase. I want you to go ahead. Tell me exactly what you saw in this one.
So I had Costa on this one. Might be biased too. I'm a big fan of his. Like, when I became a fan of his is actually when he just won his fight before fighting Johnny Hendricks. And I was like, oh, the UFC's trying to kill Johnny Hendricks because they're pissed at him. And I was like, awesome. Like, I was super hype about it. And I've been watching him since then. Like, I even had him to beat Izzy. Unfortunately, like, it went the way
that was really bad, too. That was really bad.
Oh, dude, awful. So watching this fight, it was really fun. I am going to be nitpicky on Costa, personally, because I am a fan of his, so I am going to be like that. I thought he got a little bit too tired. I think with his new size, he didn't do enough sprints, and I don't think he acclimated to his new size. That being said, the dude has a lot of force behind his shots now, and he's not afraid to throw that force behind his shots. Obviously, I think it was a forearm break. I think he broke his forearm from what I was looking at.
I don't know if it was a forearm. I think it was a shoulder.
Really? Oh, okay.
The way he would, because it or an elbow, because it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was broke. It seemed like he couldn't extend it.
Okay.
It seemed like he was having a hard time extending anything after he caught that last kick. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, just talk about that really quick before we move on, Chase, because you've dealt with this. You've been in some wars. Uh-huh. So I don't know about broken arms or nothing, but you've had your face busted up. You've dealt with some cuts and I don't think people really take that into consideration in fights like this. Murzakanov absorbed 55 significant strikes from Paulo Costa. And I've said this before in breakdowns. Every single one of them were significant, very significant. And both of his eyes were cut underneath. Yeah. This guy's got either a broken forearm, a dislocated elbow, or a shoulder. This is all from a 15-minute fight. This is what these guys deal with. It's not just like the video game when you die and you respawn and everything's okay again. No, these guys go through these fights. Go listen to Josh Thompson talk about his fight with Tony Ferguson if you haven't listened to that, chat. Because that's intense. It's an intense story. And that's just what fighters deal with behind the scenes after these wars. So hats off to Paulo Costa. I mean, he came out here looking way better than I thought. Way better than I thought. I mean, that wasn't a bad Murzakanov. No. He was hungry. He was in his face the whole time, and Paulo Costa dealt with it by dishing power right back at him. Yeah. So On to the main event. Here we are, 40 minutes in. I'd say about 10 minutes late. That's all right, Chase.
That's cool.
Go ahead and run point on this for me, buddy.
I mean, there's not a lot to say, and I think we all have seen it, so there's not much to say. But that being said, Jiri had him beat. Jiri laid off the gas because he was trying to be a nice guy, which is insane. And then as soon as he laid off the gas to try to be a nice guy, he got clipped. Now, with that being said, if we're going to talk technique, I think that Alberg is going to have a hard time with the upper echelon at 205, if I'm being honest. I think that Izzy style, I think it's okay for him because they are very similar to each other. But
very,
I think at 205, when you're playing around with that type of power, you're going to get cracked way more. And then the other thing that I don't like about Alberg is his grappling defense. I don't think it's as good as even like Navajo. If you go watch Navajo versus him, like just even with the grappling exchanges and stuff, it just looks like Alberg's a step behind on that. And with these bigger dudes, all they have to do is lean into you, and they're going to always be in like the grappling exchange. I think it's cool that he got that big hook. Sweet. It's going to be something that they keep on showing highlights on for forever, which is great for him. But I just don't know how long and how good that style is going to plan at 205 right now, personally. As for Jiri, I think Jiri fights Costa next. And then
that's what a lot of people are saying.
Yeah, okay. Because that's what I was kind of thinking. I was like, they probably run that fight because it'll hype up either one again. And then as for Alberg, who knows how long he's going to be out because he could have like blew everything out in his knee. But I guess I don't know. I guess we'll find out on that. But that's pretty much all I had on it. There's not too much to talk about. It was a short fight, a flash knockout, with some ground and pound. So that's all I got on it, really, bro.
Were you on Jiri in this fight?
Yeah, I was because Alberg who's he really beat, and that's no disrespect to him. He's done more than I have, and I always tell everybody that. But it's like,
right.
We'll see what happens when he gets like more of these tougher fights and everything else. Exactly who he is and what type of a fighter he is.
I don't think that's unfair at all. What's his best win? I mean, a washed Dominic Reyes, half washed, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So and he folded him up. But yeah, Jiri gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. I'm not a Jiri person. He's entertaining, but I can't get behind someone who he's waving his hands around. Just too much wasted movement, man.
Mm-hmm.
Just too much wasted movement. And I lit him up in my recap this morning, and I don't want to do it again.
Yeah.
Because I picked Alberg by knockout, and I'm still just upset with how the fight went. Because I don't like people wasting opportunities. I don't like people who are fighting at a very high level, playing around, playing dress up, things sticking out the top of your head. I'm a samurai. That's all fun with your buddies, man. You want to be goofy with your friends and stuff behind the scenes, and you have dude, you're a UFC fighter at the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
People would kill to have that opportunity last night. And you wanted to hand it off talking about, I wanted to have honor. You could have had a UFC championship, man. Forget honor. What are you talking? Forget mercy. You know who wouldn't have had mercy? And the other, Alberg. If your leg was all busted up, you think he would have been pointing at the ground and stomping like I'm trying to, like I said, mess with my dog upstairs? Like, what are you doing, man?
Mm-hmm.
I can't get behind that. So I'm sorry to the Jiri backers and fans. I'm not trying to rip the guy too. I can't, man. I can't with the samurai, the honor and this and that, and playing Halloween dress up every day. It's just not for me. It's not for me. I want to switch over here really quick, Chase.
Okay.
Congratulations to Carlos Alberger. That's going to be a highlight that's played like Dan Henderson, the Hendo bomb on Michael Bisping, like Rashad Evans knocking out Chuck Liddell. It's going to be up there with those highlights. That's how it's going to be played. The Izzy and Poatan, the bow and arrow, that's kind of stuff. So let's switch over here really quick, Chase.
Okay.
All right. Perfect. So here we go. Forget Alberg. He's the champ at number 4. It's always so weird to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to see Jiri fight next? You said if it's not Paulo Costa, here's your top 10 right here. So he's not gonna fight. Pereira's not in the division no more. He's more than likely not gonna fight Magomed. Who would you like to see him fight? Marzicano's probably going to fall out of the top 10 because Paulo Costa was ranked 14 at light heavyweight. He just lost to him.
Yeah.
So here's who you got. You got Khalil Roundtree, Mirzakanov, Reyes, Ratchik, Jamal Hill.
Corey Anderson. Why do they have Corey Anderson?
I think these are just general. This isn't UFC.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, are they picking him up? I was like, breaking news. We just figured something out.
I would not mind that fight, though. Corey Anderson and Jiri?
No, that would be awesome. Corey looks great.
I think that'd be an awesome fight, yeah. But no, out of those names, it's not really a good match.
For Jiri, I guess you could run Dom. Run it back. You can run it back with Dom because that's the only one that makes sense.
Shout out my boy Max in the chat. CK the GOAT. Who's CK? Help me out. Chase Keebler. Oh, Chase Keebler. My bad. I was like, I'm over here looking at the card.
Who the hell is it?
See, you got to go CK Militia. You got to tell me the whole thing. I was like, CK. That's so funny.
Yeah.
All right.
Because Alex will probably never come back to 205 if he wins. If he loses, he's got an scapegoat and just go right back to 205 and say, I'm the king. I'm coming back to take my throne, this, that, and the other, Yeah. I mean, Ratchet needs to fight. I think he needs to fight. You can go Ratchet versus Unk and then run that fight. And then you can go Jiri, and then run that rematch with Reyes if they want to sell out Reyes. Unless they're trying to build him. Because Reyes.
I'd say if it's not Costa, I think it's Reyes. I think I like that a lot because he's just been in the title picture for a while, and I think it's time for him to kind of fight down a little bit. I really do. That was like his 4th title fight. He's been in the UFC for like 3 or 4 years. Okay, here we go. So UFC is going back to Canada. In the main event, we have Gilbert Burns and Mike Malott. So go ahead. Take the lead on this one, Chase.
I just don't like how they keep on giving him like Gilbert Burns, all the guys that are like killers right now, or
He's
like
willing
up
to
and
do
coming
it.
guys. Well, yeah, maybe everybody else is like backing out, but it's just like, not saying Mike Malott's like really a killer, but all the guys that they're trying to push, they keep on giving it to Burns. And I think that's just because I was a huge Burns fan for a long time, but like it's just sad now, especially with all of his losses and stuff. I don't know. It's just I have Malott on this one. I think Malott's just more well rounded right now, and then his cardio is I think he's gonna burn out Burns right now because he's just the way he's been looking lately compared to his old self. It's not the same.
I agree, and I don't know about his last fight. It was against Morales, and it's been close to a year if it hasn't been already.
Yeah.
And I don't like when I see fighters do things that you don't see. Shout out everyone in the chat. Thursday nights, Chase. That's I'm starting that Thursday nights.
Okay.
That's going to be like a value show. I had it labeled as an underdog lock show, but it's going to be a value show. Chase will be with me when he can. Probably not so much the next couple weeks because he's got his fight here in less than 2 weeks. We're going to touch on that at the end here. We're going to blow through just this main card here. But Gilbert Burns, he's not taking damage well. I don't know if he just didn't want to fight Morales. and just wanted to kind of get his paycheck and get out of there. That's not the Burns that I know. I mean, gosh, come on. Like you said, you're a huge fan of him. And I really didn't know much about Gilbert until, oh goodness, his title fight against Usman.
Right. Yeah.
Like a fight or two before that. That's really when I started following him, and I loved him. I love Gilbert, and I want to say, they always run those little clips like Tony Ferguson, the last punch from prime Tony Ferguson, and it's him throwing that uppercut against Justin Gaethje. I think the last prime punch from Gilbert Burns was that overhand against Kamaru that he dropped him with. I genuinely do. Yeah. I think that's the last punch we saw from prime Gilbert. So I got to take Malott here just before doing tape. But Gilbert is still one of the best grapplers in the world. Yeah. Period. Yeah. So Mike Malott's going to come out hot, but he tapers off. We've seen, goodness, who did he fight? Neil Magny. Yeah. Come on. We cannot forget about that Neil Magny fight. But he learned from that. He learned from it. And he hasn't gassed that way since. But do you want to play like just point pitter patter with Gilbert and like the one shot at a time with Gilbert? Because he can still crack. He's had a year break. He's fresh. He's a plus like 400 right now. I think that's insane. So I get him being the underdog, but almost a 5-1 dog. Gilbert Burns, last fight, yes, not here against Malott. So that's kind of, I really got to dig in and take a look at this, because I'm looking at significant strikes a minute, 3, not enough to keep Gilbert away.
No. I don't know. Cool. If you look at his fight with JDM too, it's just like he got off the back pedal after he got after the takedown, and then because he was trying to exit and super back up and not actually throw, JDM threw that knee up the middle because he was so desperate for another takedown, because he was winning that fight. He was about to beat JDM on the scorecard, I thought.
Was this a while back? I didn't actually watch that fight.
If you get a chance, watch it. I wanted JDM to win, and I was a Burns fan, and my best friend Noah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Mike Malott. Yes, I watched the JDM and Gilbert Burns fight. Yeah, he was winning that fight. I actually, my ticket burned there. Burns, I had Burns by decision, and I was upset because he was well on his way to winning a decision too. And but I feel like it could look similar here. Not to cut you off, please keep going on that fight.
Well, no, it was just like once he hit it like a knee lever basically, and then once he got out, JDM was still trying to fight where Burns was just trying to win. So like, and I know that sounds silly, but it's like that's almost what it looked like at that point. So does he still want to fight? I don't know. And then obviously he had Morales next, which he said that dude's a monster. And then apparently he was like 205 or 212 on the scale the other day, which cool. Have fun with that when you're going to still continue to cut to 70, but I think he's got like 1 or 2 more fights.
Guy's a giant.
Yeah, he's going to go to 85.
We'll see. We'll see about this matchup here. I don't know. I really say take the over if we're gonna go like sportsbook wise here. Mm-hmm. I think this fight could go all 5. I really do.
Yeah.
On to the next fight here. This is a sneaky good co-main event. Do I think it's like worthy of a co-main event spot? I don't know. Kyler Phillips versus Charles Jourdain.
They're trying to give
talk to me, Chase.
I personally, I think Phillips is great, but I think they're trying to give Jourdain a win. They're trying to stack the Canadian side for real. Phillips just lost his last 2. He lost to Rob Font, and then he lost to Oliveira. And then Jourdain's on a hot streak. He won his last 2. I think they're just trying to stack it for Canadian wins, which makes sense. The more they get Canadians to get the wins, the more they can bring them out.
Absolutely.
I think if Phillips gets out of his own head, he could potentially win. Jourdain's really aggressive though, and I like how he like pushes forward, and then he'll like let up on the gas to let a guy draw in his power, and then he just starts attacking. And when he attacks, it's almost like Kratos from God of War. That's the first thing that comes to my mind every time I watch him fight. It's just like mean, aggressive, angry, and he doesn't have to be pushing the whole time. He'll lay off, and then when he's ready to go, he snaps. Like I said, like that God of War energy, and he just goes boom, 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 hits heavy shots. Which, if Phillips ain't ready for that, I think Jourdain can actually get a TKO finish in the second.
Yeah, I think that's second or third. Kyler Phillips, he's a 1-round guy. Super dynamic. I think what's his nickname, the Matrix or something like that.
Yeah.
And he looks like it in the first round for sure, but after that, nah, he's stuck in the mud. Was Charles Jourdain fighting at 145? Am I right on that?
So. I think so.
Do you have his record pulled up, Chase?
Who, Jourdain?
Yeah. Tell me, did he fight John Silva?
Yeah.
Got knocked out bad.
Yep. That's right.
Was that his last fight?
Yeah, that was his last. That might have been his last fight at 45. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That's what he said. He said he went down because of that fight. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, because I was wondering why he went down. Okay.
Yeah, no, Chase. I'm sorry, Max. That's a good call. Yeah, Phillips could keep his distance, but I don't think he's going to be able to for all 3 rounds. That's just he slows that. He's just that kind of a fighter. Unless he's done some road work and really worked on the cardio, I don't think he's going to be able to keep him off him for all 3 rounds. First round, absolutely. I mean, you can lock in Phillips at a -3.5. I always get the rounds. He'll win a round if you want to take it that way, sportsbook wise. I never take it that way, but. On to the next fight here. I guess. Well, who are you? You're leaning Jourdain, Chase?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I would think Jourdain.
Yeah, early lean Jourdain. It's hard. It's really hard to pick against him here in Canada in a fight that's probably going to go the distance and more than likely be close. You got to go with the Canadian.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I want to say it's Mandelo Nala. Nalo. I don't know anything about this Nalo gentleman. Do you, Chase?
Nope. I was just about to say the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jai Herbert. He's a veteran. He's been around for a while. I'm surprised he's still in the UFC. So if I'm going to make a guess here, it seems like they're trying to build this. Well, I wouldn't even say build, but just get this 36-year-old prospect. Chase, pull up something you can on this Nalo guy.
Nalo, win. He's on a big win streak.
Okay.
Over 5, because I can't go past.
Oh, he's a Dana White Contender Series guy, right?
Oh yeah, so they're trying to. Okay.
Okay. I think I remember watching this guy fight now. All right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Knockout and Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I don't have much on this one. Sorry, chat. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, Max. They are. Yeah, they're spotlighting them because this is the featured bout, right? Yep. So 3rd fight down. Yeah, that's a really good spot for UFC debutant. Dana White Contender Series contestant. Probably my favorite fighter on the card is Jasmine Jasudavicius. She's awesome. This chick is a little pit bull, and I would say go ahead and take her by submission in the 2nd or 3rd. Great clean hands. Uses it to enter in on her takedowns. Great, as you see here, she averages almost 3 takedowns per 15 minutes. And she doesn't stop. She's only 44% accurate with them, but she's a chain wrestler, and she does not get tired. Phenomenal cardio, just great fighter. Love watching her fight. So Karine Silva lost to Macy Barber. That was Macy Barber's fight before getting knocked out and choked out by Alexei Grasso. So Karine Silva's low level to me, very low level. I don't think this isn't going to be much of a fight in my opinion. Jasudavicius is almost a 4-1 favorite, and she should be a 10-1 favorite. So
Okay.
smash Jasudavicius this week. She is an absolute lock, in my opinion. Do you have anything on this fight, Chase?
Nope, you just told it.
All right. We're going to move right on. I'm going to let you lead on this one, buddy.
I only know Thiago Moses. I don't know the other guy. All right. So fucking this little dirtbag. I'm just playing. He's cool. All right. So Gage, I fought him back in the day, my first pro fight. He's had like 1,000 fights for FAC. He was 2-0 when I fought him.
Keep going, Chase. I'm going to go get some more water. This is an
good.
awesome story, though.
So I was a hungry young 24-year-old, and I wanted to fight. Kept on getting denied fights, guys pulling out, not getting a fight. And then a friend called me. Solo Beast is his nickname, part of Michigan top team back in the day. And he was like, "Hey, man, I got a fight for you. It's on 2 weeks." I'm like, "Dude, I'll take it." And then didn't know anything about Gage. My team didn't really look into him either. I didn't care at the time, and I still don't. Ended up flying out to Kansas City, Kansas. Me and Gage had a fight. It was pretty good. I got dropped in the second round, first round, back and forth, good exchanges. And then the third round, ended up picking him up, slamming him on his head, took his back, and then just was trying to finish the fight there. He got the unanimous decision. So my first pro fight, I ended up losing to Gage. That being said, though, seems like the kid's taken off. A lot of great fights. If you guys want to watch a great fight, probably one of my best barn burner fights, you guys can go ahead and watch me versus Gage. It's on YouTube. A really fun fight, and then you be the judge about that unanimous decision. I know Dana White had some comments about it too when he went to FAC later to watch Gage and a few other guys, and he thought that the fight might have went my way, which I think is pretty cool to hear from Dana. But Thiago Moises, great fighter. I think he's really good. He's starting to become a standout. You know, I don't know if he won his last fight. I think he did. Let me see just to make sure. And he lost his last fight. Okay, against Gooden. Okay. So he lost to Jared Gooden. That being said, though, I do have
interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
how long ago was that fight?
Yeah, I was gonna say because I watched him fight before, and I watched him win his fight before that because he looked like a completely different fighter.
When did he fight Jared Gordon?
I'm just about to look right now.
Or Jared? It's good. I'm sorry, not Jared Gordon. Jared Gooden?
No, it's Gordon. It's Jared Gordon.
Okay.
May 17th.
Was that by decision?
KO, TKO.
Oh, all right. Oh, well, I'll definitely have to go back and watch that one.
Yeah,
it looks like they're trying to get him back on track here. He's a slight favorite. And just if you're looking at this chat here, Max put soft. He was talking to me, not you, Chase, because I went and got water. I already know that's what he was talking about.
I don't care.
I know you don't. So yeah, Thiago Moises was a really good grappler back in his heyday. I mean, he had a really close couple rounds before. Did he get finished against Islam? I know Thiago fought Islam when he was on his come up, and I can't remember if they went to the decision or not. But he had his moments.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate to say it, and if everything pans out that, you know, we've been talking about, Chase, I'm going to kind of give a little preview about that, but not give too much away because nothing's really confirmed yet. But yeah, if that ends up happening, I can't just go ahead and say I can't say Gage Young's going to win, so I'm just going to say take the over. All right, so just take the over because I think the fight's going to go to decision, right? But no, I haven't watched a ton of Gage Young. I don't know much about him outside of that fight with you that I've watched that fight plenty of times. But yeah, it's crazy to think he's only 25 still, man.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So he must have fought me when
he was young.
6 years ago. So he fought me when he was 19.
Yeah, he was like 19 because I want to say he was 19, or I think he might have been 20.
Yeah.
Or just turned 20 because you were like 26, right?
24.
Were you?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was my first pro fight. It was his third.
Okay. No, but I would say Gage won by decision in this matchup. I don't know how you're looking
I agree.
result wise. What do you think?
That's what I was going with too. He won his last fight. If it's on the ground though, and Moises does get it to the ground just from competing with Young, I think it's a big disadvantage for Young. Yeah, and Moises is like really finding his own way, especially with the grappling and MMA. Obviously, I'll have to go watch that fight with Gordon because I didn't even know he lost to him or had that fight with him because I seen his previous fight before that. But it is what it is.
That is awesome, Maxwell. I never knew that about you, Ed Flemings. I never knew that. That's really cool. Cool story. Is this it for the main card? Yeah, that's all I really have as far as fights that I really wanted to go over.
Okay.
I may have to do some digging into this prelim card for this upcoming week, depending on what happens.
Right.
But do you see anyone here? Dennis Bazooka, and I don't even know if it's Dennis. But Bazooka and Barbosa here. I don't even know what Barbosa this is. I'm pretty sure the gray means debuting.
Yes, that's what I thought too.
So, okay.
Yeah, I don't know much of these guys. I'm trying to look. But
there's just a debut on every single card. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's what's kind of cool. There's so many, there's so many different avenues to get to the UFC now.
Yeah, because they're trying to push so many, with them having fights every week now, they're having to pull guys out of everywhere.
Yeah. All right. There was, Valentine and LeBlanc. Tanner Bozier and Sericum. Zelishinova versus Croden. Raposo and Nascimento. This is actually going to probably be a good fight.
That one?
Yeah. These guys can sling. Yeah, 125ers. Yeah, I've watched these guys fight a few times. Oh, and then JJ, this is the one. JJ Aldrich and Jamie Lynn Horth. Two veterans. Okay. I think they might be trying to trim some fat here. I think this might be JJ Aldrich's last fight in the UFC.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking Jamie Lynn Horth all day by decision. And I think that's it. John Castaneda and Vogden, I don't yet.
Yeah.
So these gentlemen I gotta do a little research on. Prelim fighters, obviously they're not, coming from other promotions, and so this is gonna be a fun card to dig into overall. Did you see anything that you wanted to touch on at all, Chase, or no?
No, not so much. I talked enough with the Gage stuff. That was the only thing I really had a lot of input on.
All right. Well, just to go back over here and touch on this, because I did want to talk about it. So this gentleman, Josh Hokett, it was announced that he will be fighting Derek Lewis on the Freedom Fights card.
Right.
At the White House. And that is, 6 weeks away?
Yeah,
and we were talking a little bit off air, and you seem fairly dismissive about it, Chase. Like you didn't think it was going to happen, and
I don't think
so. Talk to me.
I just don't they're releasing. All right, so it's just too weird, and basically what I'm getting at is they released everything that was wrong with Curtis Blades. He had a broken orbital or a fractured orbital. He had a fractured nose. He had a bunch of other stuff that was wrong with him and everything else. But they're not saying anything about Hosek. Why? Because they don't want to release any issues with him because they're trying to push that fight so much. I'm telling you right now, there's no way that dude's just fine. There's no way. No issues whatsoever. No broken anything. I mean, he was rolling with a lot of the shots and they weren't super flush, But there's no way. There's no way. There's no way he's going to come off of like, and I guess his last fight was 71 days before that one. So he's fighting quite a bit, right? But the problem is that after a war like that, I don't know, man. I think it was just something cool to get everybody hype right now and everything else. And,
Yeah.
Dana was trying to think of something like, oh, I know, Joe Rogan and Trump were making comments about, you should run this fight, you should do this, you should do that, which is cute, I guess. It's a cool idea, but at the end of the day, it's just like I don't see it happening personally. So I wouldn't put so much weight into it like everybody is. Well, it looks like we've lost Ray. That's all right. But we'll see where he went real quick. Maybe his computer cut off. That being said, I think let's just talk about the fight in general. Let's say it does happen. So if the fight does happen, I do think that Derek does have an advantage if they're trying to keep it on the feet. That being said, with Hosic's fighting style, I do think that he won't try to take Derek down, which is going to be a detriment because now we're talking about real power when you're coming to somebody like Derek. Obviously, I think he has the most knockouts in the UFC company's history. But I don't know. Hosic's got that quick, sharp movement. He reminds me a lot of Stipe Miocic. So we could see a very good stick and move type game plan coming from Hosic. But if he fights like how he did against Curtis, I think that fight goes way different. So it's a toss-up at the end of the day. I think Hosic is a new up-and-comer, but it wouldn't be bad if Derek got a nice win on an up-and-coming guy. So that's basically what I got on that fight and what I think personally is going to happen. Ray, are you still having some technical difficulties right now, bro?
Sorry about this, everybody.
Oh, you're good, big dog.
Chase, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear. You're good.
Okay. Because I cannot hear you.
Nope, just keep going then. You're good.
Let me see. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. All right. You can go ahead and keep talking, Chase, for the people for me, please.
All right, that's fine. I'll start bringing up my fight then, I guess, because I know you wanted me to touch on it a bit. So basically, I'm fighting in a week and 6 days now, guys. So camp's going pretty good. Now is going to be kind of when I'm starting to taper off and really focus on the weight cut, coming down from 192. So we're going to be working on that right now, keeping ourselves dialed in, working on some of the techniques that we've been playing around throughout camp. I think my last hard sparring session is going to be Tuesday or Thursday, depending on if my coach wants me to do Saturday. He was seeing how we're going to feel, especially feeling out some new stuff that we've been playing around with, and at our new facility. So shout out to Arrow and Evan for the great new building we got. So I'm excited to check that out. Camp's going good.
All good, Maxwell. I appreciate you being active in the chat, man. Sorry, Chase. I still can't hear you, buddy. Just give everybody a shout out.
So basically,
I'll figure it out for you.
You're good.
Keep going, Chase.
Basically, just getting ready for the fight. Dialing everything in, just keep crossing the T's and dotting the I's basically at this point. But I mean, I'm feeling really good going into this fight. I think that this 170 move, along with my new size, that it's going to be a completely different version of myself. And then after this fight, I want to get the ball rolling. We're going to win this fight, and then after this fight, hopefully get back in there sometime. What is it? It's April, so maybe around July, end of July, I would like to get back in there again, and just after July, hopefully October, and just keep it going and going and going. So that's hopefully the plan with this fight and everything else going on. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Nothing too much crazy. I know he's got me still going, but yeah, that's about it.
All right. I am very sorry about all of the technical difficulties there. We're going to wrap it up on that note. My buddy Chase saved me there at the end. So I will see you guys in a couple days. You know, we have content every few days rolling. I'm active on Facebook, Round 3 Prediction Show. You can look at my page there. I'm on X as well. And you can just search, Rayfield Garrett on Facebook too. That's just my page. So you can find me at those places. And we will see you next time in round 3.